this TikToker everyone hates. Alright, let's watch it.
Lily Tino, the most
Hold on, she kind of bad, twin.
hated TikToker who streams herself bullying waitstaff, snaps bathroom selfies with strangers in the frame, and melts down on every TikTok because
Bro, cause she be baiting for likes and views like every other fucking content creator realistically does. I'm not gonna lie, gang. Like, I feel like videos like this are just like speaking for a lot of people.
dared to say, sir. She baits people for misgender slip-ups, then weaponizes those clips for clout, turning real workers into props for her outrage circus. From publicly rating Disney women's restrooms to declaring Kurt Cobain probably trans, Lily's shock tactics.
Oh hell no! I ain't even noticed. That just pissed me off even more.
The internet couldn't be happier. This is the satisfying downfall of TikTok's most creator, Lily Tino. Before she was Lily Tino on TikTok, she was known as Nick Contino, a shy kid escaping into video games to cope with a life that didn't feel right. Born in the early 1990s, Nick grew up loving games like Pokemon and World of Warcraft. In those virtual worlds, Nick often played as female characters, notably a pigtailed girl avatar named Lily, long before coming out as trans. I spent hours in Warcraft, slipping out of the real world in which I lived as a cisgender boy named Nick, she later recalled. The fantasy.
Somebody get this a goddamn pillow and a fucking blanket. I guess we care, bro. Like, who the actually gave this a biography to ask him a dumb ass question like that? Yeah, like back in the day, I was so addicted to witch Warcraft, and that's what made me trans. Who gives a gang?
Fantasy of living as a girl provided solace from the pain and denial that marked Nick's youth. This dual life planted the seeds for a future transformation. Fast forward to adulthood, Nick built a career in the video game industry. By 2021, she was a business development lead at a gaming startup and even wrote articles about games. But inside, Nick was struggling with gender dysphoria. In her late 20s, she finally found the courage to begin her gender transition, adopting the name Lily Contino, often stylized as Lily Tino online. As she later explained, her transition began with a career transition, leaving the world to live authentically.
Bro, like, this looks like one of the bachelorettes that get drunk on a hungover movie and has to do a dare.
As a woman. In mid-2022, Lily publicly came out as transgender, and her personal journey was about to go very public. In November 2022, Lily Tino posted her first TikTok video, beginning to document her transition from male to female. At 32 years old, she openly shared her facial feminization surgeries, hormone updates, and everyday challenges. The response was overwhelmingly positive at first.
You almost got one on Japan, but bro, here's my thing. If you trans and you look like you bad as I ain't got a problem, bro. But when you don't even take the procedures serious, that's how I can tell you don't really care about being. I'm gonna be real. Like, if you really a trans, you'll do whatever it takes to look like a female. This looks like a dude still. You failed, gang. You failed. You don't care about being trans. There's levels to this though, and this like a rookie. He a brown shirt, bro.
Viewers flooded her early videos with support. These heartfelt comments show how Lily's transparency.
What? Need a f***ing refund.
Looking for
like he just put on some makeup.
Story. One of Lily's first viral posts was a montage of her physical changes over time, a common TikTok trend. It struck a chord and garnered hundreds of thousands of views. Encouraged by the feedback, Lily leaned into being a full-time content creator, even calling herself a professional transgender person in her bio, with a warm smile and color.
What does that even mean?
She portrayed a hopeful narrative of living authentically. In these early days, Lily's public persona was largely sympathetic. Little did her new fans know the tone of her content was about to take a sharp turn. Lily's TikTok lives also became a staple. She would stream her daily outings.
Isn't this Tino dude like the same nigga that like dead ass kickflipped the shit out of a lady's camera, or is that somebody else? Like he like looked at the camera and then like kick flipped it. Nah, it's somebody else. Okay, he looked like her. Him, her. Hi.
At restaurants around San Francisco, inviting viewers to share a meal with her. When I'm sitting there and just eating, it's like you're sharing a meal with me, explaining that seeing a trans person in a mundane setting could foster understanding. It was a noble idea, using food and candid conversation to bridge gaps. By early 2023,
like bro,
modest.
they're like balls on your plate.
Her streams were picking up momentum, empowered by
what the fuck? Okay, I see what he's doing there. No, I see what he's doing.
For fame, Lily didn't simply continue her restaurant live streams, she escalated them. 5 days a week, she planted her phone on a mini tripod, turned on TikTok Live, and roamed San Francisco cafes in search of the next outrage clip. What began as light-hearted Eat With Me content was the entree. By July 2023,
she like a top.
Was testing how far shock value could push engagement.
That's shock value. That's what it is.
Video that happened in Disney.
I'm dating someone who turned their cake pops into a donut.
In which a scene with a...
What I just say? I don't even watch this content. You just peep what he just said. Bro, he sexualizes food. That's not normal.
Cake pop of a potential gender-affirming surgery. Although at this point, these videos have happened more than once.
Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. When I got my cake removed, I specifically asked my surgeon to keep the bag intact. Because down the line, if I wanted to use my cake pop stick and turn it into a donut, the bag can come in handy. Get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow.
Like you're sexualizing Disney food, gang. Do you know how fucking insane that is?
Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth.
Disneyland is meant to be a safe, family-friendly space. But Lily Tino's own live stream antics are turning it into the opposite. Given
Literally.
her graphic, disgusting TikTok videos, many parents now feel the park isn't safe for their kids. For the sake of families, it may be time for Disney to show her the exit.
You Need to Chill by Juno Dawson.
The way you try to target young children is a little concerning. You tried to dress up as Miss Rachel.
Yo, you know it's bad when a gay nigga has to tell you you're doing too much. Gang, that should say enough, bro.
Talk about your cake pop at Disneyland, and that's a children's place.
Viewers who'd once praised
word.
Now that she was performing trauma for clicks. The running theme soon became misgender baiting. A server would drop a casual "sir."
Sorry, is everything okay?
I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Listen, bro, how are we supposed to know that? You look like a man.
Lily's face would
Alright, wait, hold on. That can't be
light
real.
up as if she'd struck gold, and the next 3 minutes would be a tirade about pronouns,
brother.
educating the masses. If no one slipped, she occasionally misheard a harmless word, then scolded the staff anyway. But everything got so much worse. Surrounded by families, Lily began live streaming from a restroom corridor, rating each women's bathroom on ambience and privacy.
Like, bro, what?
Disney World, I don't really know what the deal is with bathrooms.
Florida! Yeah, get this on.
Really conservative. I don't know what the rules are. Trans women are allowed to be in women's bathrooms, but I'm about to go and use the bathroom because I have to tinkle. If I get stopped, I get stopped, I guess. But I'm a woman, so I'm going to use the women's bathroom, and being in Florida or being in California or wherever isn't going to stop me. So I will report back in a minute once I have hopefully without issue. Went as well as it could have gone. No one gave me any weird looks. Definitely no one stopped me. I walked in, I found a stall. I peed standing up, which is something I'm sometimes a little self-conscious about with the sound. Think, oh, is there someone peeing standing up there? But you know what? I peed standing up, and it was fine. And then I washed my hands and I left. And you know what? On my way out from the women's bathroom, I took a quick picture with someone who recognized me, and it was lovely. So overall, Disney World in Florida, 10 out of 10 women's bathroom experience for trans women would.
She snapped selfies inside stalls.
Someone gave me a weird look when I walked in. which felt icky. You know why it felt icky, gang? Cause you, yeah. Oh man, like 3 out of 10, cause some looked at you cause you look like a fucking male.
Visible beneath doors, and joked that Florida lawmakers would have a stroke if they saw her. Within minutes, Twitter lit up. Parents called the stunt creepy, activists
Just like weird. And why are you taking pictures in the bathroom?
called it reckless, and even some allies said it violated basic decency. Or, though Lily's stun isn't consequence-free, a woman who recognized herself in Lily's Disney restroom selfies has reportedly filed a privacy complaint with Orange County authorities, citing Florida.
I'm trying to tell you, gang, like this is just not normal. This is a person will tell you this is not normal. Like why the are you taking pictures of like random people in the bathroom? That's an automatic no-no.
Voyeurism statutes 810.145. If prosecutors pursue the case, Lily could face a third-degree felony, up to 5 years in prison.
Yes, bro, please give that free eats for the in Orange County. If you know Orange County, hey, pictures with women in the back is crazy, bro. Like that's what I'm saying, bro. Nah, no bullshit. All jokes aside, if this goes to prison, he's cooked.
And a $5,000 fine.
Alright, y'all, now we have one person that has officially come forward to press charges against Lily Tino.
Good, bro.
Y'all know Lily Tino went to Disney and went into the women's restroom and took selfies with other women and children in the background without their consent, and then came on TikTok and posted and rated every single bathroom experience. I mean,
Like, where do you just wake up and be like, I'm gonna go in women's bathrooms and do a tier list about how they treat trans women? Like, what in the
about the fact that that was illegal in the state of Florida, much less, not to mention, it's also against Disney policy to take photos within the restrooms.
That was only the warm-up.
That's like most places. Literally.
A waiter accidentally addressed Lily as Sir. Sensing viral potential, Lily pounced, demanding a public apology and even the removal of the bread tower. The outburst felt more like choreographed drama than genuine offense. And sure enough, the manufactured outrage sent the views soaring.
That is fancy looking. Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand?
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. And the middle one
Oh, brother.
is from India. It's the papadom with the ginger pancetta.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheeseburger with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave. Because I'm no longer.
Then leave. You acting like this is telling you, oh, cause you're a sir, you gotta leave. No, leave. Like, bro, attention seeking, TikToking ass.
Like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have to check if that's okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the training. We're supposed to say friend or just not use gendered language. It's like a pretty big thing that Disney has done. Nothing was wrong with bread. I just don't want it anymore. Just because they apologize doesn't mean she doesn't feel sad or offended. Yeah. Exactly, right? Like, if you've accidentally ever hurt someone and say, I'm so sorry, it was an accident, do you expect them to be like, oh, it was an accident? Of course, no problem whatsoever. All of that hurt is now undone. That's not how it works. Sorry about what happened.
Oh, brother.
It's okay. I would love to pay for the drink, please.
No, the drink is on me too, so...
You don't have, are you sure?
You're good, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Crucially, trans creators blasted her too, pleading, please don't judge us by Lily. Parents who'd witnessed the spectacle posted statements describing frightened children and staff walking on eggshells. Disney's own employee subreddit blew up with cast members venting about influencers turning the parks into career-ending minefields. The fallout was swift. Lily lost brand deal inquiries. Her daily follower gain flipped negative for the first time.
I mean, bro, when you do like this, any type of content that you try to bait people in general, you're gonna get negative. You're gonna get negatively responses. Like, you're baiting the out of a random person that's just trying to do their job. Like, how bored are you with life?
Bread Tower became shorthand for performative outrage. In that single week, she transformed from controversial to radioactive. Proof, many said, that her live streams weren't about awareness anymore. They were about manufactured martyrdom.
Clip farms.
At the expense of ordinary
It's a
workers
goddamn clip
just
farmer.
trying to do their jobs. The funniest thing about all this, though, is that she's now being recognized at restaurants, and some owners don't even want to serve her anymore because viewers are calling ahead to warn that she's just trying to score a free meal.
Could I do the... Oh, ignore it.
They say recording and tell company behind.
No. It's not true.
So many people calling me already.
I'm so sorry.
They calling me because they say they can come here and can order like free food.
They're saying that I'm saying that you can come here and order free
Wait, hold on. He trying to do the method though. Hold on. Now that I think about it, you could say you're trans, right? And then get mad when they call you sir, so you can get a free meal. Nah, he doing the method. Yo, this is next level.
food.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Can help with that, like,
Oh, I trust me, I understand. I never said that there's any free food. Those are internet trolls. But if you'd like, I'm happy to get the check now and leave so that I can be out of here.
but they just calling me. But what did you say like that? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't know.
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
There is nothing I can do about them, but I am happy to pay my bill now if you'd like, if you want, if you want.
The food's almost done. I just want to let
Okay.
you know because maybe they will call you.
Yeah, no, it's not that they're really sad, miserable people that
Ironic?
are transphobic.
Ironic. Oh my
Sorry,
god.
you had to be
Ironic.
a target of that.
Ah!
Here making food and I'm here eating the wonderful food.
Yo, get your lame on.
On the internet and calling up a family-owned restaurant and lying to them. If y'all are able, I would really love to leave this restaurant a significant tip. Our first $10 tip came through. Oh my gosh, y'all coming through. We are tipping $210. That's because
I guess that's like your money. Hey bud, I guess you're not like donating the money that gave you.
of y'all. Thank you for helping to get up to this restaurant.
Hey bro, what?
As Lily's content pivoted toward conflict, the internet's goodwill began to evaporate. On Reddit forums, users started circulating clips of Lily's outbursts. Others, both trans and cis, agreed that Lily's behavior was making the transgender community look bad by reinforcing the stereotype of the overly aggressive, perpetually offended trans activist. The sentiment was summed up by another Redditor. How fragile can you be? I'm non-binary. I would never do what she's doing. Mistakes happen, you correct it politely or ignore it, but this is too much.
Word.
TikTok itself
Hold on, who's she?
her own videos' comment sections became
Hold on.
Many-
See, now that's a trans. Hey, take notes.
Her own videos' comment sections became war zones. Many viewers accused her of manufacturing outrage. Stitches and reaction videos multiplied, with other TikTokers openly mocking Lily's antics. One viral stitch showed a montage of waiters immediately apologizing to Lily after saying "sir" to highlight how none of them meant any harm, and then cut to Lily furiously lecturing them regardless. Even some transgender creators joined the pile-on, saying Lily's over-the-top reactions were unwarranted and harmful. Lily's hypocrisy became a talking point. She often insisted that others use gender-neutral terms, like calling customers friend instead of sir, ma'am, to avoid misgendering. Yet in her own speech, Lily would casually refer to servers as guys or assume every barista was a he. The irony is how Tino preaches about neutral language while referring to his waiters as he. And in an infamous move, Lily made a TikTok claiming that late Nirvana singer Kurt Cobain was probably trans, essentially assigning a new gender identity to a dead person never identified as such. As Lily rattled off her he felt more feminine, an early lyric draft mentioned wanting breasts. Viewers cringed. It came off as profoundly disrespectful and absurdly speculative.
Word, Kurt Cobain did not die for this.
Kurt Cobain as a transgender woman, critics argued, why should she object so strongly to someone calling her Sir? That January 2024 Kurt Cobain video became the turning point. Overnight, the enthusiasm that once surrounded Lily collapsed into near universal.
Bro, cause wore a dress. Like, yeah. I think like being gay is more like, you know, like a better, you know, assumption. Cause bro, Young Thug wears a dress. What you finna call that trans? Kid Cudi wore a dress. You gonna call that trans? Like, come on, bro.
Including trans advocates turned their backs. They called her out for projecting drama into, saying her behavior reflected poorly on what began as solidarity quickly devolved into collective embarrassment. People accused Lily of playing the victim over minor slights, baiting attention by reacting as though everything was about her identity. When she received a polite request not to stream inside a restaurant, she saw bigotry. When a delivery went wrong, something out of the restaurant's control, she blasted the staff online instead of letting it go. These shifted public perception from advocate to entitled. It wasn't just outsiders who were losing patience, it was her own tribe. Her fans pointed out the hypocrisy, demanding respect, yet...
Yo, he using smart words, bro. What the f is bigotry?
Disrespecting others, they grew tired of the constant outrage and the sense that any small inconvenience was part of a grand oppression. Critics argued she was weaponizing her trans identity, not to advance rights, but to deflect any accountability. And so, the narrative flipped. The same audience that cheered her on began to see a pattern of behavior that didn't feel authentic or righteous. It felt performative. In their eyes, Lily's dissent wasn't the result of opposition, it was self-inflicted. By turning every minor hurt into a crusade, she alienated people who once saw her as a leader.
Hi. I'm a food critic and I travel around San Francisco with my phone and stream my meals. Typically for any meal, between like 75 and 100,000 people will witness the meal either live or after the fact. Would this be a good time for me to record my experience here? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
Like, bro, get bye. Or let that door smack the back of your head. Oh my god, bro. I'm just gonna leave. You should have that before you even came.
No one. Okay. I think they're like all watching me as I walk out. All right, well. Goodbye.
Like, gang, they do not need you. Trust me. They'll get as much business if you was there and as much business if you left.
We don't know what to say. I don't know how to. They're all just kind of looking at me from the kitchen, like. Okay.
That victimizing card. Ugh.
Yeah, it definitely is intimidating for it to be that many people, but there's several reasons I mention it. Is one, because I want them to know that it's not just like I'm a random person videoing my food.
Gang, you are a random person. How do I tell you? The only reason you even have a name is because misgender you. That's not a that you have no discography. You have no pull.
Hey, enough people are going to be seeing this that you want to be sure to like be on your game, and also it could result in a free meal. So.
One recurring issue is Lily Tino's shocking treatment of restaurant staff during her frequent live streams. Tino often broadcasts herself dining out, with her viewers paying for her meals via TikTok live donations, only for her to relentlessly complain about trivial issues and demand special treatment.
Push them back a little bit.
Oh my f***ing jump scare. Holy Voldemort.
Like rules. Yeah, I think I will, as a statement, you know, if I, like, for example, if I was in Florida, I was in Florida last week, and it was not allowed for me to be in a women's bathroom, I would still use a women's bathroom, because that is something that I feel strongly about. If they want to make us think about it, they can, and I'm happy to make us think about it too. That's how we.
Bro think he Martin Luther
back,
King for the
that's how we
trans.
fight back. So
Oh,
acts of
Timmy Tough Knuckles.
solidarity with our trans brothers and sisters.
Oh, that's how we fight back. Oh, Billy badass of it.
Just to create conflict.
My God.
Night after night, she finds something wrong with her meal or service and demands to see managers, often trying to get employees reprimanded or even fired for minor mistakes. Observers have noted a pattern. She'll complain about a hair in her food while her own dog sits nearby, shedding fur, then use the situation to score freebies or refunds. All the while, viewers are sending her hundreds of dollars in donations.
Right? Like, I wake up, I do everything I do during the week revolves around this because I love doing it. There are other things that I could do that might even be a way to, like, accumulate more wealth, but I love doing it so much. But just be able to do this streaming and not have to worry about finances.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. What did Tony Montana say? Bro, the eyes never lie. This nigga looks miserable. Yo, he dead looks miserable, bro. Just the look on his face, bro. As a content creator, I know when I'm lying. You can see it straight through his face. He does not enjoy what he's doing. This is just, he feels like this is his only way out to be successful. Which I'm not gonna lie, some people be mad f***ing desperate.
You know, for the rest of my life. I will. Because I love doing it. You know, I'm fulfilled here. I'm fulfilled. This is what I like to do.
Straight ass face. He does not mean this.
So, obviously that's not possible, you know, this hypothetical situation. Money's always something you always think about. But y'all make it so much less of a worry because of your incredibly generosity. Care and people. So, thank you. You can't ask for much more in life than to be content.
Essentially rewarding her for manufacturing outrage. Critics argue that Tino deliberately provokes staff to elicit a misstep, for example, an employee misgendering her, only to then play the victim and blast the incident online. In one absurd case, she got stuck in an elevator and pressed the emergency call button. When the unseen operator addressed her as Sir over the internet.
You're not serious, bro. You feel like your life is in danger and you get mad at somebody for calling you sir.
Tino
like, bro, come on.
Rage, despite the fact that the person couldn't even see her.
I am trapped in an elevator right now. I am not gonna lie, it's a little bit my fault because there's people who were in the elevator that came out while I was waiting for it and said, oh, hey, we're not sure if this elevator is working. But like, the elevator looked like it was working when they walked out, so I was like, what's the worst that could happen? And I pressed the button and the
unintelligent.
door closed, and then it didn't work.
What's the worst that would happen? If somebody tells you the elevator's not working, why the f would you like not listen to them? What do you think, they're just out to get you?
As I said hello, sir. Number one, I'm not sir. Number two, I'm trapped in an elevator. In that order. I'd rather be stuck in an elevator and called ma'am than out of an elevator and called sir. And that's the truth.
I think that just needs to take a hint. I'm not gonna lie. Your IQ is so low that you're worried about it calling you sir, and you didn't listen to the person before you that gave you signs not to go in the elevator. Hints.
There's a little bounce. Oh, I didn't like that.
Come on, elevator. Do your job. Come on, you got one job, gang. Do your job, elevator.
This constant...
Nah, that's what's up. Nah, the elevator did its job. It worked. The elevator did its job. It worked. Nah, word. That's what's up. Clap it up, chat. Elevator did its job. It worked. That's a W. That's a W.
Combative stance toward anyone who doesn't cater to her expectations has been widely condemned. It's not just cisgender audiences who are appalled. Many feel Tino's antics feed into the worst stereotypes of privilege and petulance. By brazenly harassing service workers and boasting about it, she's painted herself as an influencer who thinks those below her should lose their only source of income for offending her. The serious real-world impact is clear. She's attempting to punish low-wage employees to satisfy her ego.
Crazy.
And viewers find it disgraceful. She's quick to take offense at other people's behavior, yet she's been guilty of some pretty despicable actions herself. In a now infamous livestream clip, Tino appeared to call her pet dog, Nugget, a racial slur, the N-word.
Nugget? Nugget?
Now this content creator's name is Lily Tino. When the other night she was live on stream when she was going to tell her something about her dog Nugget, but instead of saying her dog's name Nugget, she ended up saying another word that starts with an N. Like I said, she definitely should not be saying this word. Now it seems like she said the word that starts with the letter N.
Nah, them in Orange County gonna definitely like the digital footprint. I'm not gonna lie. He might be
on
cooked,
an accident, but I really don't understand how you accidentally
Nugget is crazy
instead of nugget.
She later tried to claim it was an accident, insinuating she merged the words shiver and nugget together. But virtually no one bought that excuse. Viewers pointed out that you don't get that word by accident. Given Tino's track record, people believed this slip was no slip at all. It was an ugly reveal of language she had on the tip of her tongue. The incident only reinforced perceptions of her as overtly racist. It attracted intense backlash. Now, just a few months ago, Lily Tino just unveiled a brand new face, crediting a mid-five-figure.
It don't even look different.
Just unveiled a brand new face, crediting a mid-five-figure facial feminization package. Brow bone, an orbital shave, rhinoplasty, lip lift, jaw taper, and a likely tracheal shave, all revealed in a slick TikTok
literally looks the same
montage that racked up half a million views in 24 hours.
It has been 20 days since my FFS. About 70% of the swelling is gone, but it'll take another year or two for the rest of it to go down. So let me show you around my new face. For reference, here's what I looked like before. First up is
the goddamn same. All he did was literally change the lighting and put different makeup on his face. How do I tell you?
The hairline. You can see that it has been moved forward. The line is pretty pronounced right now, but it will fade over time. You might also be wondering about this little dent right here. That is internal stitching, and it will go away in a few weeks. Now, my nose is quite swollen, and that will go down over time, but take a look. You can see it's way more of a ski slope now. Also, my brow bone is way less pronounced. My surgeon said that the brow would probably be the thing that made the most difference in the beginning to feminize my face, and I tend to agree with them. Now, my lips haven't changed, but they went through my lower mouth to get to my jaw. It's hard to see the result here right now because there is a lot of swelling, but over time you'll see that it is much softer. And last but not least, the Adam's apple is gone. I want to give a huge shout out to my mom who took care of me as I recovered. My mom actually extended her trip
Peep she didn't say dad.
To take care of me because I got COVID.
He tired of that.
That made
he tired of that.
A lot harder, but luckily I had a wonderful support network of friends as well that helped me walk my dog and brought food and did all these wonderful things, and I'm super excited for y'all to come on my healing journey as my face settles in over the next few years.
Supporters flooded the comments with hearts, but skepticism hit just as fast. 2 reaction channels slowed her before and after frames and argued the changes were mostly filter work, calling the surgery story another sympathy grift. On Reddit, users traced a spike in livestream donations during the weeks she staged restaurant confrontations, claiming viewers basically bankrolled her makeover, while still asking for healing snack money, prompting TikTok to demonetize at least one post, an action Lily publicized on LinkedIn as proof she was being targeted for being trans. By mid-2025...
Oh, brother. Yo, I gotta give it to him. He definitely knows, like, how to suck a motherfucker in, because goddamn. Bro, this over here has a backup plan for victimizing everything. Yo, gang, you could quite literally, like, try to have a conversation with him, and he's gonna be like, oh, why did he say hi that way? Like, is it because I'm trans?
Lily Tino's public image is, to put it bluntly, in tatters. Once the beneficiary of sympathetic media profiles and celebrity shoutouts, she's now more famous as a cautionary tale. Her TikTok account still boasts around 405,000 followers, a considerable number, but one wonders how many are hate following to catch the next train wreck. Across Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube,
everybody loves negativity. Of course they're gonna follow because of that.
And a source of
literally
outrage. There are dedicated snark pages cataloging her misdeeds. In comment sections, you'll find upvoted remarks like, yes, she's a Karen, yes, she treats waitstaff terribly. Even many in the transgender community refer to her with disappointment or outright anger, fearing she's giving them a bad rep. It's a remarkable reversal of fortune. In barely 2 years, Lily went from an unknown person finding herself to a celebrated trans influencer to arguably one of the most disliked personalities on TikTok. And the public's morbid fascination with her downfall is, as the title of this video suggests, satisfying to a great many. Because in the eyes of her critics, Lily Tino brought this on herself. They see a person who weaponized her identity to bully others, who cried victim while victimizing innocent bystanders, like waitstaff just trying to do their jobs. Watching someone like that face consequences, losing respect, becoming a laughingstock, scratches an almost primal itch for poetic justice. Yet, there's a tragic element here too. Somber Lily's story could have been one of empowerment and bridging understanding. She had a real opportunity to educate and spread empathy. Remember how she started wanting to share.
Alright, chat. Enough. I get it. Real that bird, been out then, this is legit, nigga. 5-star dinners, 5 stars on my bitch, nigga. Band 10, fat shit up on my wrist. Been him, could've been anything I want, I get, nigga.